Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. Several people are injured after a two-vehicle crash in Westby earlier this afternoon. Vernon County Sheriff Roy Torgerson says emergency crews were called to a vehicle rollover on the 200 block of State Highway 27 at around 1:45 p.m. A vehicle traveling north swerved to the right to avoid rear-ending a car in front and collided with a pickup truck heading south. 3 people were taken to the hospital. The severity of the injuries is unknown at this time, and the incident remains under investigation.
The UW Board of Regents has voted to fire former UWL Chancellor Joe Gao. The board spent around 30 minutes in closed session this morning before voting unanimously to fire Gao as a tenured faculty member. Now, UWL had previously removed him as chancellor for his role in producing pornographic material with his wife. Gao says the decision goes against the regent's commitment to academic freedom and freedom of expression. He and his legal team are now working on next steps.
The Wisconsin Supreme Court says Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s name will stay on Wisconsin ballots. The ruling upholds a lower court decision that cited state law, which says a candidate can only be removed from a ballot if they die. Kennedy suspended his campaign last month and has been trying to get his name removed from swing state ballots ever since. The court's 4 liberal justices and conservative Justice Brian Hagedorn said Kennedy's arguments weren't developed enough. They also noted that Kennedy's lawyers didn't dispute the state law.
Western Wisconsin is a pivotal region for both presidential candidates. Both tickets have organized multiple visits to the region since early August. And now reports of violent crime from an illegal immigrant in southwest Wisconsin are bringing Donald Trump back to the region. Political scientists say it's a sign that Republicans want to maximize their advantage on a core topic. Former President Donald Trump has prioritized deporting millions of illegal immigrants since the RNC in Milwaukee. And in the last month, he's brought up examples.
I'm angry about Venezuelan gangs taking over Aurora, Colorado. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs.
While Aurora authorities have said gangs are not taking over their city, and Springfield's mayor says no Haitian migrants are eating people's pets, Wisconsin Republicans say the bigger point still stands.
These are some of the most evil, brutal people on the planet, and Vice President Kamala Harris's borders are, let them in.
On inflation, on the border, on violent crime, the Democrats are upside down on every single one of those issues.
UWL political science professor Anthony Chergosky says that advantage is why Trump is coming to Prairie du Chien this Saturday. Local authorities recently arrested a suspected illegal immigrant with potential ties to a transnational Venezuelan gang. He's accused of domestic battery and sexual assault.
What the Trump campaign is trying to do is to emphasize the issue of immigration and border security so that voters prioritize that more.
And in the heart of rural battleground Wisconsin, a Trump rally using a local example presents an opportunity to persuade voters who are still on the fence.
The Trump campaign is sure to try to talk about the issue in a way that doesn't just appeal to the party faithful.
Trump isn't the only candidate springing to action. Western Wisconsin Congressman Derek Van Orden had been running more lighthearted ads referring to border security. His campaign now taking a stronger Republican tone.
Open borders and weak politicians are crushing us.
Rebecca Cook is one of them. She doesn't back law enforcement. She'll never secure the border. She doesn't even want to.
As Van Orden leans into border security, Rebecca Cook has a different approach, literally standing in the middle.
I'll stand up to Democrats to fight for a secure border.
Chergosky says both strategies have the potential to work, but in a still very purple region, it's too early to tell.
Now, Trump has bumped back his arrival in Prairie du Chien to 2:30 Saturday afternoon. We'll have full coverage on air and online.
Well, Oktoberfest festivities kicked off this morning with one of the most cherished traditions, the tapping of the Golden Keg. The ceremony began with a performance of the German national anthem, but of course this year one person was missing. A moment of silence was held for Karl Friedlein, who sang the anthem for decades at Oktoberfest before his death in May at age 94. The Grenadier General says it's a remarkable feeling to have the opportunity to pay tribute to Karl.
I was so happy that they asked me to do it, to tribute to Carl, and the fact that we get to remember him today and smile and have him smile down on us is just great to be a part of that.
And after the anthem, folks crowded the Remainders Garden stage to watch Festmaster Mike Bacelars pour the first stein out of the Samuel Adams Golden Keg to officially mark the start of the celebration.
Before tomorrow's Maple Leaf Parade, the route will be taken over by the YMCA's annual Maple Leaf Walk/Run. For 25 years, the race has been a key fundraiser for the Y's annual campaign, offering a half marathon, 5-mile, and 5K race. Participants picked up their packets and bib numbers at the Dahl family location today. The half marathon kicks off at Riverside Park at 7 a.m.
And our Maple Leaf Parade broadcast will start at 10 a.m. on 8.2 over the air and on our website as well. Multiple ways to watch. Coming up is the Friday Night Frenzy.
All the local scores and highlights in just a few minutes.
Summer-like conditions continue. We're probably wondering, where is fall? Well, fall is going to be coming back next week. I'll show you what the temperatures look like going into next week and if we got any rain in the forecast. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Fentanyl is killing over 1,000 people a year in Wisconsin. New reporting shows that Eric Hovde is doing business with a bank accused of links to the Mexican drug cartel. Banco Azteca loaded up $26 million in cash and flew it to Eric Hovde's bank in California. Other U.S. banks have cut ties with this Mexican bank, but Eric Hovde took their money. That's 26 million more reasons you can't trust Eric Hovde.
I have had the privilege of working with an exceptional team to install over 12,000 home improvements for local homeowners in the last 35 years. Now it's time for me to spend a little more time with my bride of over 50 years. Fortunately, I found an experienced remodeling contractor and corporate project manager to lead the board store into the future.
And with an outstanding team by my side, I am proud to lead this amazing company my dad has built. And we look forward to continuing to serve you with the great value that is the board store trademark.
There are over 21,000 Wisconsin veterans struggling to pay for rent and utilities.
Thank you for your service.
Many are also facing issues with their mental health.
Thank you for your service.
We must do more to help these heroes who have already sacrificed so much.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service.
Words simply aren't enough.
I'm sorry.
Make a difference by donating to this critical Wisconsin survival safety net today.
It seems like everyone in Washington is either too far left or too far right. I'm Rebecca Cook, and like most folks in Wisconsin, I'm somewhere in the middle. I'll stand up to Democrats to fight for a secure border and stop wasteful spending. I'll stand up to extremists like Derek Van Orden, who wants to ban all abortions with no exceptions. Like you, I'm fed up and ready for change. I approve this message because it's time that we sent one of us to Congress.
Yeah, our warm stretch of weather after the first day of fall last weekend is continuing, and it'll continue through early next week. So we still got the morning fog with the water temperature still above pretty much the air temperature right now. We're still setting up that stage for morning fog and low clouds, something to keep in mind. It could be even going into Sunday, even Monday morning too, depends on things. Summer-like through Monday. We do have a front coming through. It'll probably hold off until Monday night, bringing our temperatures back to the 60s, which is quite a big drop from about the mid-80s to almost the 60s, but that's where we actually should be going into the first days of October. Really upper 60s, about the highest temp should be in average-wise. But really the reason for all the warm air is out to the west is a ridge of high pressure basically has pushed this jet well to the north. So the cold air, even the storm track up there, is locked well up into Canada. Only clouds that we got really is from associated with the tropical system that begins to now fall apart and lift northeast. So with that flow going around it, we do get that northeast wind. That's what you're going to feel like tomorrow, the next few days. That's responsible because of that. We will deal with fog potential, and this once again, as this morning was, could be dense in some areas for a brief amount of time. You're looking at about 4:30 to about 9 a.m. It could extend even beyond that for some locations as you look at these visibilities still around 0 to 1 mile. So that quarter-mile visibility could at times become quite low. And then as we get closer to 9 to 10, you'll start seeing some improvements. And I think by 10, most of the area should then see sunny skies. So really we're looking at fantastic conditions too for the Maple Leaf Parade, minus the fog potential that's going to be there in the morning time frame. Now for tomorrow's highs, once again, we're going to see 80s, potentially mid-80s. This will be another day in a row. We're up to about 17 now for La Crosse for the month of September. So this will be 18. It'll be 15 for Eau Claire too. Getting close to the record. We won't hit it because we're going to run out of days, but definitely a lot above average for these 80-degree days. And then here's Sunday with a slight change in the wind direction. You might see a couple of degrees cooler, and we're only talking going from 84 to about 81. So still really plentiful sunshine in warm conditions. Eventually, we are going to see that front come through. The cooler air associated with it will kind of clip through us and then dig through about Monday and Tuesday. Tuesday, you'll definitely hear as the winds begin to change aloft of the northwest. We'll get a little breezy conditions. We will cool down, but it's not going to last too much longer. That's going to lift back to the north. We're going to get at least mild conditions as the jet stream kind of inches back to the north. So it's not going to last too long, but we're definitely not going back to the 80s as what we had this week. And you'll see in the 10-day forecast, we kind of come back up to the 70s, which is a little bit above average, but pretty close to it for the second half of next week. Along with this whole pattern, it's a dry pattern. And right now, the next chance of rain beyond the 8-day may come next Sunday, but even then, that's a small chance. So sunny and warm and dry pretty much is a story for the weekend, minus the fog in the morning.
What else can you ask for?
Not much with this conditions. Pretty damn perfect. All
right, Craig, thanks very much. Coming up next in sports, it's the Friday Night Frenzy, featuring a ranked Cooley Conference clash between Luther and West Salem. Jacob and Cade are next.
Ashley knows that some of our most important traditions and memories start around the dining table. From cozy breakfast nooks to formal dining areas, we have versatile options that fit any space, with styles ranging from mid-century modern to farmhouse or traditional, starting at just $499.99. Only at Ashley.
Dutch Boy, it's only paint. It's only paint that comes in an award-winning twist and pour container. It's only paint that can cover the brightest shade of orange known to mankind in just one coat. It's only paint that will inspire you to write your masterpiece. It's only paint that will help you become TV's hottest writer, where one day you'll meet this guy who starred in that thing. So yeah, it's only paint. Only easy opening, smooth pouring, change your life both professionally and romantically. Dutch Boy Paint.
It's Ford SUV season in the Northland. Time for great offers across the entire lineup, including Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. Get ready for the coming season with weather-ready features that make life easier, like heated seating, a heated steering wheel, and remote start. Amazing offers on your favorite Ford SUVs. This is Ford SUV season. Now, lease a new 2024 Ford Bronco Sport for just $319 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
We're cranking up the voltage, Wisconsin. Lottery retailers all around the state are lighting up with the latest limited time offer. It's Badger 5, 5 will get you 6. During the month of September, players who buy a $5 or greater Badger 5 ticket will receive a bonus ticket for the next drawing of Badger 5. This electric offer is only available for a limited time and only at Wisconsin lottery retailers.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. These places employ us, sponsor the Little League team, and feed and clothe us. That's why I'm proud of the work I've done to support our business community. I know that the side of the aisle you're on matters less than being on the side of our main streets. No party has a monopoly on good ideas. I'm Steve Doyle, and I'm working for our businesses, working for our communities, and I'm working for you.
Looking for a better night's sleep? Ashley Sleep offers mattresses for every level of comfort, from soft, cloud-like comfort to firm next-level support. We have affordable mattress options for everybody. Find your perfect match today, only at Ashley. Shop more deals in store and online.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
All right, welcome to the Friday Night Frenzy. I am Jacob, that is Cade.
While La Crosse is festing, we are feasting on another night of football.
West Salem is Division IV's top-ranked team, and they are lighting up scoreboards lately, averaging 40 points per game.
Luther is ranked 10th in Division VI following their first loss of the season last week. The Knights and the Panthers meeting in West Salem. Homecoming night for the Panthers, and the fans were fired up. as they should be. Look at this. First half, first Panther drive, and check out the sophomore Drew McConkey on the QB keeper. Looking like big brother Brett. Nobody going to catch him. Takes it in for 6. West Salem with the early lead, and Coach Olson was loving what he was seeing from the young quarterback. Next Luther drive, Jackson Kendall dropping back, feeling the pressure, and he's brought down. That's Miles Olson on the sack. Then on the next West Salem drive, they give it to Trevor Arntz up the middle and in. West Salem goes up 14. Knight offense trying to get something going. Kendall on 3rd and 4, rolling out, and he's going to throw a dart to the middle of the field. That's Gabe Shepard making the grab, making some guys miss before finally being brought down for a huge pickup. But the Luther drive would stall, and the Panthers go back to work. Arntz up the middle for another score. Then in the second half, it's Luke Baginski on the handoff, and the Panther senior takes it in to make it 28-0 as the Panthers continue to roll 34-6, the final.
All right, next one coming up here. Aquinas ranked 3rd in Division 4 as they host Black River Falls. Blue Golds starting the second possession here, and check out the absolute dot from Jacob Thornton to Logan Becker in stride for the 53-yard score. Blue Golds up 6-0. After a Tiger 3-and-out, Aquinas throws the wide receiver screen on 3rd down, and Trey Barr has blockers in front of him. He is going to find the seam to the house for a 39-yard touchdown. Blue Golds up 14-0. BRF's turn. Aiden Gunderson on the play action doesn't feel the edge pressure until it's too late. Waylon Hargrove with a strip sack, and Charlie Kirchner recovers. And from there, Aquinas takes advantage. A little RPO to Declan Haas this time. It's a nice 30-yard stroll down the sideline for 6 more. Aquinas in cruise control tonight, 37-8.
All right, let's go to Westby and Arcadia. They're both looking for some big wins to boost their postseason hopes, and the pair meeting in Arcadia. Westby starting off strong, a touchdown handoff from Maddox Torkelson to Jaden Greer. Just a minute into the game to get things going. Next series, Arcadia fighting back. Carter Wegman looking for an open receiver, finding Ted Teskey for the score. Then let's go to the second quarter. Wegman looking downfield. He's going to launch it deep. It's tipped and picked off into the hands of Griffin Nelson. Nelson makes a few moves and returns it. He's going to return it about 40 yards, sets his offense up for good position, and then a few plays later, Torkelson into the end zone finds Griffin Nelson for the touchdown as Westby goes on to take this one 32-18, the final over Arcadia.
Holman can become the MVC's first postseason eligible team as they were visiting Sparta. 3rd quarter, Vikings up 42. Partially this great defense. 3 players in on the sack to back up the Spartans. The Sparta showing they had some pride. Zach True is going to throw it deep to Grant Gear, who makes the diving grab. That sets up a touchdown. That's too little too late as Holman wins big, 42-7.
So Central looking to stay 1 game back of Holman. They were visiting Toma. First quarter, Central strikes first. Gavin Shepard takes the handoff, 1-yard score. It's 7-0 Riverhawks. Next up, more from Central, this time on defense. Isaiah Walker tips the pass at the line, and it's picked off. That sets up this. Karan Carter carries it in from 3 yards out to extend the lead to 14. Second quarter, Central just piling on. Christian Rudrud keeps it himself, takes it in. Riverhawks go up 21. They keep that momentum going as they make it 2 MVC victories in a row. They've got Holman at home next week.
All right, next up, Onalaska and Reedsburg meeting this evening. A lot of action off the get-go in this one. Here the give is to Landon Purifoy. He's going to hop, skip, and jump around a couple would-be tacklers, and he is gone. 73 yards later, Purifoy gives the visitors an early lead, 7-0. Then 14-0 before the Hilltopper offense starts to come alive. Cameron Cornett gets the call, picks up the phone, and this dude is shifty, and he can shrug off defenders too. That makes it 14-7. The very next time the Beavers touch it is Jack Fenwick with it on some misdirection. That Reedsburg offensive line was creating some big holes there in the first half. 21-7 there. Anna would bring it closer with an Ian Cole to Noah Chenault's score. And get this, Cade, there was some magic in the air tonight in Onalaska as they outscore the Beavers 14-0 in the second half, and they win by 3.
Love a nice comeback. Logan at Baraboo this evening. The Rangers have no trouble with the Thunderbirds. They were up 35-0 at half. They would win 49-8. 3 TDs for Maxim Robert.
And Prairie du Chien is now playoff eligible. Blackhawks dominating Dodgeville 63-0. PDC has outscored their last 3 opponents 167-21, and that'll play just fine, Kate.
Oh, yes, it will. That's a lot of points to not a lot of points. That'll get you a lot of wins.
Yeah, that will. A couple blowouts tonight, but I mean, just teams are finding their form. We're finding out which teams are going to be making some noise in the playoffs, and it's just a lot of good stuff.
We've got some good matchups coming up. We've also got some good matchups later in the show tonight.
Of course.
Coming up, we head to the Dairyland Conference. Some important games up north. Find out who is victorious next on the Friday Night Frenzy.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin, with 6 locations of fun.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative.
Over the last few years, we've redefined what working remotely means, and so is the Ford F-150. Bring your desk wherever you go with a flat interior work surface. Drop down the tailgate to get it all done, and plug in what you need outside the cab with available Pro Power on board. How's that for upping your productivity? Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Get 2.9% financing for 66 months, plus up to $9,900 in total savings on a new Ford F-150 XLT. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Blain's Farm and Fleet's fall jean sale is going on now, and all jeans are on sale. We're so confident we have the right brand, style, and fit for you that we'll give you a free $5 Farm and Fleet gift card for every pair of jeans you buy. Like men's special buy Carhartt jeans, 40% off, just $17.99. $20 off women's Levi's classic bootcut jeans, only $39.99. And men's Key work jeans start at only $18.99.
Find value at Blain's Farm and Fleet.
My husband and I are going through IVF treatments now. It could be our only chance to have a family. But Donald Trump's plan could ban IVF in some states. My husband is in the military. He volunteered to serve. We are patriots and we go where he is assigned. What if we end up in a state where IVF is no longer legal? What will we do then?
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
All right, welcome back to the Friday Night Frenzy.
Pep and Alma survived a close battle in Week 4 to keep their record and top ranking in Division 7.
Eagles welcoming Melrose Mindoro. First quarter, Mel Min's Brady Blaken back to pass, and Pep and Alma, Cody Moline meets him in the backfield for the sack. On the resulting drive, the Eagles' Justin Bergman takes the handoff in, no problem. Pep and Alma leads by 8. Jump to the second quarter, Mel Min looking to even the score. Blaken back to pass. He's going for the end zone, but Pep and Alma's Clayton Kegel is back there for the pick. The Eagles make use of that turnover. It's Bergman again. Short yards, big points. Eagles now up by 16, and Pep and Alma goes on to win 16-8.
We've got 10th ranked Cochrane Fountain City welcoming Blair Taylor into town. We'll pick this one up in the third quarter. The Wildcats' Tavian Schrammick looking for a big play downfield, and Colin Johnson is there making it. The junior makes the grab, slips by the defense, and has nothing but green on his way to the end zone. Wildcats down just 1, but on the extra point, the Pirates bring in the ship. They get the block as they main their lead. Jump to the fourth quarter. Schrammick connects with CJ Drummer, and the junior moves the sticks, gets the first down, and then some. Later in the drive, Schrammick gonna call his own number into the end zone for the go-ahead score, and that's all the Wildcats need. Blair Taylor wins it 21-14.
All right, how about Royal and Bangor colliding tonight for a Scenic Bluffs Conference matchup? Cardinals come out hot. Swift first drive of the game, scoring on a powerful run by senior running back Bryce Peterson. He was fired up after this one. Teammates loving it as well. The Bangor defense then forced a turnover on downs in the scoring, but the Cardinals did not stop there. Junior Dylan Matheson would continue the Cardinal dominance, bouncing off a defender and powering into the end zone for the 5-yard score. Royals offense trying to get something going. Carter Uppina taking a shot deep downfield. The Bangor defense is back there, and they are going to break it up as the Cardinals hold on to get the win at 28-20.
Staying in the Scenic Bluffs, Ithaca remains unbeaten and picks up their second blowout win in a row. They top Necedah 37-0.
And Hillsboro beats New Lisbon 53-0 as the Tigers stay one game back of Ithaca in a tight Scenic Bluffs race.
And DeSoto is back in the win column. The Pirates put up 50 as they beat Monticello Finrobble with 5 touchdown passes on the day.
And over in Minnesota, Cotter at Fillmore Central, the Ramblers fall 42-14 in that one. Kate, how good has that Dairyland Conference been for action this year? You just never know who's gonna get the win. Just big plays all over.
We've got more Dairyland Conference games later in these upcoming weeks that are going to determine who wins that conference, but it'll come right down to those last games.
I think it really will. A lot of good games coming up. Coming also in the show, the UWL women's soccer team was looking for a top 5 sized upset at home. That plus a couple of previews of big football games this weekend and more next in the Frenzy.
Make your tailgate tail great at Hy-Vee. Get brats or patties, just $1. Avocados, 68 cents each. And select 7-Up 6-packs, $2.98. In store and online, Friday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
Suspected Venezuelan gang member who was arrested for domestic battery.
Violently attacked a woman physically and sexually.
The border crisis is real here in Wisconsin.
Criminal gangs harming our community.
We're stretched thin. Open borders and weak politicians are crushing us.
Rebecca Cook is one of them. She doesn't back law enforcement. She'll never secure the border. She doesn't even want to.
That's why we stand with Derek Van Orton. He has our back.
And I've got yours. I'm Derek Van Orton, and I approve this message.
If you want selection, then that's what we've got at King Furniture. More recliners. King Furniture has more Lazy Boy recliners than anywhere else in the Coulee region. Fabric, leather, even lift chairs. Try them all. Sit on this, sit on that. There's plenty here to choose from because it's all about choices, you know. And as always, free delivery. Just try that anywhere else.
King Furniture.
Nice people, nice furniture.
Now's the time to get a great deal on taking care of your property. You need the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. so you can do it all and do it right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed.
Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months, plus save up to $1,200. Visit any of your Johnson Tractor dealerships in Menominee, Baldwin, Osseo, and Arcadia.
COVID-19 cases are on the rise. Get the updated COVID-19 vaccine at Hy-Vee. Schedule online today or just stop by any Hy-Vee pharmacy. No appointment necessary. Plus, get your flu shot and earn a 20-cent fuel saver. Only at Hy-Vee.
Welcome back to the Friday Night Frenzy.
Well, after back-to-back losses to ranked teams on the road, the UWL Eagles women's soccer team is out of the top 25 for the first time this season.
And they have a chance for a statement win to climb back into the polls as they host 4th-ranked Christopher Newport. Pick this one up. The Eagles down 1-0 when Kaya Aubrey dishes it off to Jillian Sodeski. Breaks a pair of ankles and aims, sets, and scores to even this one up, but the captains would respond. Very soon after, a foul just outside the box would set up Hannah Heaton, screamer, to score as UWL wouldn't be able to answer. The visitors take another one as the #4 team in D3 picks up a win in lacrosse.
Well, in case you live under a rock, there's a pretty big football game this Sunday at noon right here on CBS. The Packers and Vikings will do battle from Lambeau in an important early season matchup. It's still unknown if Jordan Love will be ready to go. But also on the injury report today, Carrington Valentine and Jair Alexander, which could be a tough challenge for the Green Bay DBs against Justin Jefferson. And for the Vikings, they're one of the biggest surprises of the season so far, with 3-0 record and Sam Darnold under center. Minnesota defense has been fantastic so far, just allowing 10 points per game so far. And a familiar face will be returning to Green Bay. Aaron Jones comes back for the first time as a member of a different team.
It's an unfortunate part of our business because I think everybody in this building respects not only the football player, but more importantly, the person that he is. And like I said, there's a lot of love for him. That's going to have to, we're going to have to hit the pause button for about a 3-hour window on Sunday and then, pick it back up.
And Jones will look for a successful return to Lambeau. He's off to a nice start this year with 228 rushing yards and a score, 5.4 yards per carry.
We got UWL football off this weekend, but the Badgers are back at it. The Cardinal and White are California dreaming as they visit Big Ten newcomers Southern Cal. The Trojans are the second straight ranked opponent for UW, but the Badgers can claim their second ever win over the men of Troy. Kickoff set for 2:30 right here on WKBT.
The Twins, in a desperate effort to keep their postseason hopes alive, more of the same than what we've seen lately. They fall to Baltimore 7-2.
The Brewers already have their playoff spot locked up as they get a tune-up against the Mets. Milwaukee takes care of the Mets, who are vying for a spot as far. As for the Brew Crew, they will host in the Wild Card Series. That still is not locked in.
Can't wait for baseball season to come. It feels like we've been just talking about football so much. It's like, oh, we still got baseball.
Playoff
baseball.
It's like a little side dish at Thanksgiving.
Oh,
nice
it's good.
deviled egg.
Good stuff.
I love it.
A lot of good stuff still to come. Our play of the night, and it's another dandy. You are watching the Friday Night Frenzy.
When I called other lawyers, I wasn't even sure who was going to be representing me. Once I called BGR and talked to Brian, I felt secure immediately. I'm so glad that I called Bygoff and Rohde.
National Democrats are spending millions on deceptive ads like these that lie and try to confuse you. Why? Because Democrats like Harris and Baldwin don't want you to focus on their radical record, allowing men to compete in girls' sports, funding a clinic that offers transgender therapy to minors without parents' consent, giving stimulus checks to illegals while Wisconsin families struggle. Baldwin and Democrats want you to focus on anything but their radical agenda.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message. Are you thinking about new windows and doors? A new bathroom, a new kitchen, maybe a sunroom, siding, or a deck? Get started today with special savings while we celebrate serving homeowners for over 35 years. While we celebrate Danielle becoming the new general manager.
And celebrate Dad's 80th birthday.
Best products.
The best people.
Best prices.
35th anniversary at the Board Store.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
There's never been a better time to enjoy quality FlexSteel furniture than right now during the FlexSteel Factory Authorized Sale at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. You'll save on sofas made in the latest styles, chairs in your choice of fabrics, sectionals designed to fit your space, even luxurious leather sofas and recliners. Every FlexSteel style is included a huge savings of up to 40% off. Unlimited choices, big sale prices, and special financing happening now during the FlexSteel Factory Authorized Sale at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
There are over 21,000 Wisconsin veterans struggling to pay for rent and utilities.
Thank you for your service.
Many are also facing issues with their mental health.
Thank you for your service.
We must do more to help these heroes who have already sacrificed so much.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service.
Words simply aren't enough.
I'm sorry.
Make a difference by donating to this critical Wisconsin survival safety net today.
Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners.
Surgery.
For prisoners.
For prisoners. Every transgender inmate in the prison system would have access.
It's hard to believe, but it's true. Even the liberal media was shocked Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners and illegal aliens.
Every transgender inmate would have access.
Kamala's for they, them. President Trump is for you.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
The lawyer you choose makes a difference because you get this one chance to get this right, and you want somebody that's going to fight for you and get you the resolution that you need. I'm so glad that I called BGR.
All right, welcome back to the Friday Night Frenzy. It is time for the play of the night.
What is it? What do we got? Let's go there. Back to West Salem. Here it is. Drew McConkey on the QB read. Takes it himself in the sophomore. Looking like his big brother Brett down the sideline. He's got some wheels. No, he looks like a senior leading that team.
Right there.
Great team. His coach was fired up. Panthers a big win tonight, 34-6, top team in D4.
All right, a lot of action this weekend. Check with him this weekend if you want those highlights, and also have a good Oktoberfest, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Happy festive.